Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Kit Conspiracy with MK and Janet. Yeah, I get to join in, and you can too. There's a Facebook group in case you don't do videos, and I will leave the link down there below. I use that hexagon die set there, and it is one I got from Amazon. I got it for like a 30 days of sketches when it was coming up once, and there was not a single sketch that had hexagons that time, but it did the next time. Then I forgot to put him on the back of that package, and yeah, I haven't used them in a while, but I was in the mood. I seen this paper with that really pretty green, and I thought, I think I'd like to do hexagons. So I used the next to the largest for the photos, and then I used the largest one for the hexagons on that pretty patterned paper. Um, One of my photos, Jason, the one in the green on the bottom right, he was so far over there to the left that I couldn't do the hexagon. I'd have to leave a chunk off. So I just went ahead and took a scrap from cutting out the other one that was right there in that spot so the colors would be the same, and cut it out with the little stitches because this is a stitch die, and glued it on the back. I'm looking at it and cannot even tell that, yeah, that I pieced it together. Let's see, I I knew. My mind went blank there for a second there. I knew I wanted some more greenery. There was a couple of branches, but I decided to save them so I could use them whole. I am going to cut up one of the flower branches though and put it on different places on my layout. I used the Hero Arts fern and mushroom die, and the scrap paper I used was Curator's Meadow. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I am not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I cut them out, and at the end, I'm going to have to need a couple of more, and one's going to be cut a little bit short because my scrap wasn't big enough, but it'll work. I pulled out several mushrooms thinking I would use, those and mix up a couple of colors. Well, the blue didn't show up that good on the green, so I'm going to have to see how tall that one looks. It just wasn't going either. And so I am going to have to pull out another couple of little mushrooms. And aren't those cute? Those were perfect. Those were just right. And I put foam tape on the tops of the mushrooms so they would stand out a little bit, kind of the illusion that, the mushroom is bigger at that end than the other end. And I'm going to add some greenery. And then you can see it under that tray right there. I have some of that mesh, well, moss mesh ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I'll be cutting it apart and kind of snuggling it in with the greenery and the mushrooms. And yeah, see it? I I think it looks like sticks, and of course this one has the moss. I have three different kinds, and this one has the moss. And so it looks really good along with those mushrooms. I There is a taupe one, and I think the other one is, well, it looks like it's got white snow on it, so I think it might be a Christmas one. I want to use that. Well, I don't know if you can see it over in the tray or not. It is a little nest with eggs, and I thought about using it up there at the top. But then I thought, no, I want it to show up really well. And so I'm going to use it down there at the bottom instead. And I do have it on foam tape. So once I get some of that little mesh ribbon in there, I will be pulling the little nest over and putting that on top of it. But then I'll add a little bit more, and it'll kind of snuggle around the little nest. Oh, there was a couple of little branches that have sticks and berries. So I am going to tuck them in a couple of places on the layout too. I'm not going to cut them apart. I considered it, but I decided I liked them the way they were, so I was just going to kind of tuck them in. Wishing I had three. I didn't find three, but of course, that box is really full. If you did not watch the kit share, that box is really full. And I'll leave the link for it down there below if I don't forget. But anyway, I didn't find any others, so yeah, if I find them later, they might be snuggled down in a corner there, hiding out. I'm using that one, well, it looks like a piece of scrap canvas, maybe, with some stitching on it. And it says, "Let nature surprise you." And I thought, well, that's really cute. They are at the zoo, but the nature with the greenery and everything kind of surprised them. They did not go for the benches to have a seat and rest. They went for the grass over to the side. Well, I think there might be some concrete or something under Jason, but Malachi definitely is in the grass. But yeah, instead of picking some place in the zoo that I would have picked, they picked the grass instead. I am, let's see, oh, I added the butterfly up there in that corner, and there will be one next to the title, and I do have one down by the mushrooms on the bottom hexagon. And I'm just going to try to snuggle in a little cluster there with the fern and the flowers and just have the butterfly close by. It's not going to be quite on the greenery, but he is very close by. Oh, and here's where I decided to cut this fern down. If I had known I was going to want two more pieces, I would have saved it as whole and used it instead, because when I do the two more pieces, I don't have enough of a scrap to do the whole two. So one gets cut off a little bit short. That one that I just put on there a while ago. But yeah, I'm just going to tuck the little pieces that I was cutting off on there and throw a little bit more of that mesh ribbon on there. I really love that stuff. I hope they don't never quit making it. I'm gonna do some sprinkles before I decide to add those two little branches. And I'm using Mr. Huey's bookworm, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it on there. That's like my favorite of all times. It's a perfect color. And yeah, it is getting low, but it still works. I let's see. Oh, I remembered I wanted to use one of those words. I couldn't make up my mind which one, but I decided to use adventure because they got off the beaten track and got over in the grass and had themselves a very little adventure. Oh, I did decide to add that one little branch that I was talking about. I found it over in the tray, and that's it. That's my layout. And I want to mention that down there below, you'll find the links for everybody that is doing the Kit Conspiracy with MK and Janet, and also the link for the Facebook group in case you want to do it, because you can have a kit like this one, minus close, minus what's called similar, or you could have a similar one, because that's what mine is, and post your pictures in the Facebook group. But I'll leave that link down there below, and also MK's and Janet's links. But there's that, see that mesh? Don't it look good on there? I really like it on there. I think it looks good. It just looks like sticks and some moss. So yeah, it works for me. But if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those who already are, thank you so very much, because I know you could be watching somebody else. But have a happy, scrappy week. Uh, have fun on the hop. It's 4 weeks. And MK and Janet's going to do at least 3 a week. I'm going to do 2 weeks, week 1 and week 3 because that's the one I had the stuff for. But have a happy Scrapbook week. Bye.